Hello and welcome to Changeling the Dreaming. This is the living world of darkness, and you find us here in the Dreaming. The almost finished Colosseum stands proudly around us. The sand of the floor, however, stained with blood. It is an empty Colosseum. It has an echoing, voluminous quality to it. Again, your eyes is drawn back to the blood. In the center of the Colosseum is not entirely empty. There are 3 people, maybe 4 figures, but 3 people. The headless body of Duke Guile is slumped to the floor. The head separated at the neck across the chopping block, and standing over him, holding an item known as the Cold Iron Axe, a brutal executioner's tool, stands Mo Cienre. Looking on, Morwyn and Sir Romulus, the Marshal. Steam rises in the cool morning air from the blood of the body. And there, we shall begin our scene.
The blood spatter still warm across my face, across my chest. I grip the handles of the axe in one hand as I reach down and grab the head of Guile and lift it up, its glazed eyes staring into mine. This'll be a fine prize to show the rest of the Kithain.
Mo Cienre, that was not part of it.
You would deny me that right.
Yes, indeed I would. Don't forget, your people are now citizens of our kingdom. I am the regent. And, more importantly, it is politically unsound for me to piss off the more traditional elements who might see this as something of an insult, even for a genocidal lunatic such as Duke Guile. So, my dear, instead we will be destroying the body, or some idiot raises it up as a totem, calls him a martyr.
Then a wicked grin spreads across his face as he drops the head. Destroy the body, you say?
Utterly.
Then you won't mind if I do this. And with that, dropping the axe, he plunges his head in his hands down into the body that's still warm blood and begins to rip open, like from long fingernails digging in, ripping into the ribs. There's the cracking sound as ribs start splaying open, and he digs in, and then he lifts up above his head the still warm heart of Duke Guile. I assure you, there won't be a bit of it left.
Delightful. So, Marshal, would you say justice has been done?
I believe it has.
And you will spread the word?
Of course.
Excellent. We can put this sordid matter behind us and begin with our rebuilding. You look a little pale, Marshal.
This, and he gestures to Mo Cienre, who is eating the heart at the moment, is new to me.
These are changing times, Marshal. You should know that. Your own meteoric rise as evidence.
Changing times indeed.
Yes. Not only for Kithains, but for Kithain.
Others too. going to be interesting. Anyway, the blow has been struck and the deal is settled, yes?
Yes. I will go to the Council of Elders. They'll take my word for what has been done here. They may not like the fact I didn't bring back the head, but this will do fine.
Well, my dear Mosienre, compromises are the name of the day when you want to get.
Compromise is not something we are used to.
Yes,
The
well,
Council of Elders is not something we are used to.
well, we're all learning lots of new things nowadays, aren't we? Marshal, would you mind retrieving the axe?
Does Mosi and Ray object when I go to take the axe?
No. Its purpose was served.
Then who? Romulus will go pick it up.
It is a metal, like the whole thing is basically one big piece of beaten metal, and it has a slightly almost sticky touch to it, like it wants to adhere to your skin a little bit. It is unpleasant in your grip.
No longer pale, he's turning green.
And turning green, Mosi and Ray will see scales, copper, the green of rusted copper, and a little bit of bright gold begin to appear from inside of Romulus's skin. And his eyes change from copper to green. Careful. This is not something I am used to. This is something new to me. But it does not affect me the way you think it does.
Begins to lean in from his 7 feet of height. Down eye to eye, still chewing.
And Morwen, who is stood a little bit further back, careful, Mo. You just want to pass the Furore. The dreaming itself picked him.
Oh no. I don't mean to hurt him. After all, we're at peace, aren't we?
Indeed we are. Let's hope everybody remembers that. Well,
As long as you remember, the Adhene will remember, and we have long memories.
I'm sure that you do. Very well. You are satisfied, Mosienre? We will tell the tale to your people, have a word with our marshal, and then we shall dispose of the body.
Very well. I will finish this on the way out.
Enjoy.
And with that, making his way out, Mosienre leaves the scene.
Well, that's thankfully done with.
Indeed.
I hate to impose upon you further, Marshal, but I would ask that you return the axe to the Parliament of Dreams.
Of course.
They have a vault that they like to keep it in, and let us hope that we do not see it again anytime soon.
I agree.
You may wish to disguise its presence on your journey. And as for our dear Duke here, As much as I hate to banalize things, I feel it does rather finish the job. We use kerosene and burn it in the most banal fashion we can find.
Perhaps.
We do not want it. As I say, if we leave this lying around, somebody will no doubt keep it, and later on held up as some totem or banner.
Destroy it now?
Absolutely.
He'll smile. Fair enough.
And, you know, as you are the Marshal, I rather think that that honor should go to you.
Fair. And with that, Romulus will place the axe down, and he will walk over to the corpse. And he will take a deep breath. Only that this breath is much deeper. It seems someone of his stature is capable of. Morwen will see a bright glow appear in his throat and behind his cheeks as he opens his mouth. A bright jet of gold and copper fire comes forward and begins to consume the corpse.
Well, I guess that works too. She seems a little taken aback, but so long as the job is done. Excellent. And Marshal, you may have proved yourself to the dreaming, and I respect that. Respect that above all things. You have yet to prove yourself to me. Do not let me down in these upcoming days.
I will know.
Very well then. I think our business here is done. We'll finally call an end to this whole sordid ordeal and start putting our new kingdom to use.
Here's your money. Call it influence. Call it paranoia. But I do not think we're done.
Perhaps not, but let's call this the end of another chapter. There's always another one to be.
That we can do.
And so, unless the Marshal has anything further to say,
Okay.
then we shall leave our scene here as, shall we say, camera pans up the smoking body of and rapidly disintegrating body of Duke Guile and his head, turning into ash amongst the sand. The Marshal gripping the cold iron axe, and Morwen turning on her heel and walking away. And with that, we end Season 2 of Changeling and Dreaming, Living World of Darkness. Thank you very much for playing.